Hello. Senior player Mitch Marsh, Josh English, and other than are rested today. 3 debutants in your side today. No practice session before match. Australian team in Pakistan. Do you think in spin condition is the main reason of defeat today?
Yeah, a little bit. I think when you look back, phone's on silent, yeah, I think in particular from what we're used to in Pakistan, well, I think we've been here 3 times in the last few years. We haven't really encountered wickets like tonight. It was certainly a little bit drier than usual. When you look back to the Champions Trophy last year, it was glassy, low wickets that you kind of hit through the line of the ball. The wicket got, I think, slower and lower and a bit more spin throughout the game. The best time to bat felt like potentially the first 10 overs of the first innings and then the first 5 or 6 overs.
Hi, Adam. Adam, good.
Do you want to turn your phones on silent, fellas? Please?
Hello. Whose phone is that? Can we turn it off, please? Here? Sorry about that. Yes, sir.
Adam, with this sort of pitch, clear indications that what you will be getting in the World Cup in Sri Lanka and India?
Definitely Sri Lanka, I think. The wickets that we're used to in India, particularly the experience of playing against India and then also in the IPL, the wickets are pretty good and not spin as much as probably tonight. If anything, the challenge in Pakistan is the low bounce. It's definitely truer in other parts of the world. Sri Lanka probably spins and bounces a little bit more, whereas tonight I think the challenge was definitely slow off the wicket. And then the low bounce gets you in the bottom of the bat. So that was definitely a challenge. I think to finish my answer from before was, yeah, it's pretty alien for some of the young guys, particularly in the group. We've obviously got a very different squad to what we have in this series as what we'll have in the World Cup. So a lot more experience comes back then, but exposing those guys in the middle order particularly to conditions like that, it's going to be good for them in the long run.
Zampa, hi. Just want to ask about today's crowd, how they support your team as well, and what about their support to Pakistan, and how do you see these pitches? Is this going to help you for the World Cup?
Yeah, first question, the atmosphere was great. Always is here. I think the passion's obvious. You know, you can see that there hasn't been a lot of international cricket here, so I think it's great for the locals to be able to come to cricket. We've been travelling here for the last 3 or 4 years now, but it's still, I think, the opportunity for them to see international cricket in Pakistan. They love it, so the atmosphere is great. Yeah, the wickets are, I mean, I'm quite lucky. I've played a lot of cricket now, so for me, I know what to kind of prepare for and different conditions around the world. So, I've played quite a handful of games now in Lahore, so you know exactly what to expect. And I think, as I said, answering the question from before, you've got to adapt, and all the wickets around the world are a little bit different. When you think of the subcontinent and Pakistan and Sri Lanka and India being kind of close to each other, but the wickets are definitely totally different in all 3 countries.
Take one here and we'll move over to the right.
Wickets here are quite different to, your squad's quite different to the one you're taking to the World Cup, and the wickets here are quite different as well. So I just wondered whether you view this series as an extension of your preparations for the World Cup or just totally separate from that?
Yeah, it definitely feels like an extension. I mean, we're away now for a block of time, 5 or 6 weeks, and understand that there's some niggles and a few guys who had a really big run into this series in the World Cup. So, as I said before, like exposing some new guys to the team and different conditions is great, but it's definitely a leading. I think you look back to our successful World Cups, preparing for the one-day World Cup in India. It was a long lead-in, and all those games are important. You can't kind of come in without much game time and not a lot of time around together as a group. So it's nice to be prepping for that.
Adam, 3 debutant, can we call it a wise decision or a bold one from the Australian side? And the other thing, do you think that this World Cup will be a spinners-dominated tournament, or the pacers could be played a vital role?
This World Cup, what will it be dominated by?
The upcoming T20 World Cup.
Yeah, I think it'll change throughout the World Cup. I think the first stage of the tournament, particularly in Sri Lanka, I think the spinners will play a huge role. I think there's some opponents in those kind of groups that haven't been exposed to world-class spin bowling as well. So I think the conditions in that factor is probably going to play a huge role, and then it'll change definitely in India. I think India, you don't really see it as my experience of it is it's not like playing tonight, or it's not like playing in Sri Lanka. That's for sure. It's totally different. It's good batting wickets. It's you've seen in the latest series between New Zealand and India, they're definitely more high scoring than, say, tonight or Sri Lanka.
What about the 3 debutants? Was it a wise call or a bold one?
What's that, sorry?
3 debutants. How do you think they...
3 debutants? Yeah, again, great exposure. I think Marley Biedman had a great BBL and deserved to be called up. He bowled superb tonight, and then Matt Renshaw is someone who's dominated T20 cricket and has improved his white ball game in the last 2 years. So I've seen him play in the Big Bash. The way he goes about it is really proactive and powerful as well. So he ran himself out tonight. Well, that's probably up for question whether or not it was Renshaw's fault or Green's fault, but he looked good tonight, and he's a good white ball player and fits into the group really well. And then Jack Edwards, again, someone who's played a lot of domestic cricket over the last few years and deserved the call up, and he probably batting at 8, he's not played that role too often, but he looks tidy with the ball. He's definitely got a big future in Aussie colours.
Well, here guys, one there and one there. We'll finish.
Adam, you take the wicket of premier Pakistani batter Babar Azam. So how's your feeling now?
How do I feel to get Babar Azam out?
You took the wicket of Babar Azam, premier batter of Pakistan. So what's your thought on this?
About getting him out?
Yes.
Is that your question? Look, I don't know, guys. He's been a very good player for a long time, but I mean, it's not the first time I've got him out, and I hope it's not the last. But it's always good to get big wickets. It's what I'm in the team for.
Okay, Adam, I want to ask you, with your fantastic bowling, 4 batsmen of Pakistan returned back to the pavilion. And if I talk about this, Saim Ayub, Salman Ali Agha, Babar Azam and Usman Khan. And what do you think, which wicket was your tough task to achieve?
I think when you get out of the power play, and my role in particular is to try and halt that momentum, which Pakistan definitely had after the power play. So Ayub was, his important wicket. He was playing well. He's got to a point where he was going to try and put the bowlers under pressure. So his wicket kind of, if he batted for a few more overs and continued what he was doing, you're probably looking at, instead of 168, maybe 180 or 190, which would have been impossible to get on this wicket. So, probably him. He's a good player.